What's up, you guys? This is another episode of Healing from Trauma. And I am your host, Drea Boo. Yes. I miss you guys all so much. I mean, you might only be one or two of y'all out there, but I don't care. I'm glad you're here. And as always, what is our mantra? Now, I know sometimes I'd be like, fuck that mantra, and I don't say it, but I'm going to say it this episode. We are learning to what? Heal, not simply just deal. We are learning to heal, not simply just deal. Now, I just want to shout out my cats, even this one that's not mine. Her name is Sasha. She's a spotty cat. I don't know what to call her. Anyway, I left Sasha and her brother on the couch. And I came in here to record, and Mixie is laying in here. And, of course, I'm followed. But it's okay. I love my kitty cats anyway. Alright, so I am doing this episode because I don't know who this will help, and hopefully someone can relate. And the message for the evening is that, and I think I've probably already said this before, but I'm going to reiterate that our mindset controls our reality. So if we are constantly beating ourselves up or asking ourselves, why aren't I further in life? Or what am I doing wrong? Honestly, it's simple. You have to I'm going to speak for myself. So a lot of times I just wish God gave me the blueprint without me actually having to work and seek him and follow and ask for guidance and practice obedience and discipline to get to where I'm ultimately destined to be or created to be, because we all have a purpose one way or another, and our life experience is like a lesson book, and a lot of times we have harder lessons, or matter of fact, our life is almost like a curriculum. It's like but you don't know, you don't know the material, but you know the subject. We go through adolescence and all these other things and teenage years and, our 20s and our 30s and even 40s and 50s, and we still sometimes don't all the way have it figured out. But I'm here to let anybody who's 35 plus know that even if you are not where you feel you should be or you may want to be, it's okay, and it's not too late as long as you have breath in your body and God in your heart and faith on your mind and soul. And some hard work, because, I was talking to my best friend, and she basically was saying mind you, she works at a job for the state, and she makes decent money. She makes enough. I know she would like to make more. We all would like to make more, but she makes enough. But she said something that made sense to me that I never thought about before, because a lot of time I get in my own head and I'm like, it's like looking up a flight full of steps and knowing that you're not going to get anywhere unless you place one foot in front of the other. However, you're trying to convince yourself to do so. Or, maybe you feel like you forgot how to walk. I don't know how to break this down for y'all other than what I've been going through personally, which is, okay, I say I want to do this, but whole time I am not taking the steps or strides towards that goal. I'm just saying I want to do it. So how do I want to write a book if I don't never brainstorm, if I don't never, put pen to paper or keystroke to what's it called, a keyboard? It's kind of like, I'm not just going to be rich because I feel that's what I want and I know that's what I want. It's going to take effort. And you know what else it's going to take? Patience. Because let me tell you, I'm an impatient individual. I mean, I don't like waiting for shit. Not food, not my money, not my time. Oh my goodness. I'm just... Whew, it's a mess. It's a mess. And I'm working on that because patience is a lot of the time the foundation of our frustration. So we want something, or we might even start something that we want, and then we get frustrated and distracted because it's not moving fast enough, or we feel, we start looking at the time clock. Well, it's going to take me 3 years for this course or this degree, or 4 years for this, and you can't look at life through that spectrum of time, because look, it might take me till I'm almost 50, but I still have enough time to be a doctor. And I only said that because I know it takes a long time, long time. But that's again what has ultimately altered my decision, because I want a microwave career. And I know that sounds crazy, but when I say microwave career, I mean I want to get certified in something that takes 6 months and then, make money as if I was in school for 8 years. And I know that sounds crazy, but I've been Googling, jobs that make 100,000 or better without a degree, and they are out there. It's just, you have to not just look it up, you have to act on it. Look up programs that is offering training and learning resources to better your life, because I literally have watched myself complain week in and week out about me making what I make and working from home. Now, again, the highlights of this job is I work from home. I don't have to get dressed. I don't have to fight traffic. I can roll out of bed 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be on the phone or logged in, and it works for me, right? However, my job is not paying enough, not even close. So much so, I'm going to just be real, living paycheck to paycheck. And if it wasn't for God allowing a person in my life that's financially more fit than I am to actually, help when they can, I would be screwed. I actually have 2 people that help me or support me as a person. I can't say anything else because it's I can't say I do anything for it other than if I ask, or I don't know how to explain it, but I just know I have 2 support beams right now, and they're not rich, but they're comfortable enough in their financial state, and when they can help me, they do. So I appreciate that. Everybody doesn't have that, and that's what also is putting the fire under my belt, because it's what if I didn't have these people in my lives? I literally just borrowed $160 from a good friend of mine because I really deeply needed it, thanks to HelloFresh. We're not even going to talk about them, but I uninstalled that app off of my phone, and I figure, listen, I don't need to pay a subscription for food that I may or may not like, or I just don't want to get into it anyway. But yeah, HelloFresh then set me back, and then I took money out thinking I'm gonna put it right back, and then it was oh man, so I kind of fucked myself. So I had to call my friend, hey friend, I'll pay you back. Can I borrow 150 at first? I said. Then I said, no, I need 160 just to cover my ass. And he was like, okay. Now, this is a longtime friend. I've talked about him before, and he's also been a guest on Petty on the Rocks podcast. Good guy. He's the same person. All I know is it doesn't even matter. I don't even know why and how, because I swear to goodness, you just don't know what people was going through. And at the end of the day, I didn't know if he was going to be able to, and I just asked him out of good hope that he would, and he did. And I know some people are like, what's $160? It means a lot when you don't have it, and it means a lot generally, and the action itself, because no one owes my black ass nothing. You know what I mean? I'm not entitled to nothing of nobody's. And it took me a little bit to realize that, but that is a pure fact. But yeah, so this episode is really just a reminder to keep pushing. It's never too late. I know a lot of times society and people in it make you think, oh, or I'm gonna speak for myself. They have made me question some things, like, could you see these 21, 22, 23-year-olds driving these luxurious cars and living in these high-ceilinged homes, and you're just like, bro, I'm in my 30s and I'm living like a person that just moved in my first apartment out of my mama's house. Now, granted, I know my decisions ultimately are the reasons that I am in the place that I am, because I chose this apartment complex when I could have tried to wait it out a little bit more to find something better. But everything happens for a reason. I feel like this is my rebirth, restart, humble beginnings, because again, just last year I was still active in the strip world, so to speak, and a year ago I was I didn't really have a purpose or know a purpose or want a purpose. I mean, I was still doing my podcast, but I don't think I was doing this podcast a year ago. Or did I start this a year ago? All I know is that God will allow change if we really want it, but we have to put our minds in motion to really want that change. Like, I can't say I want change financially and continue to spend my money all willy-nilly based on my emotions. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've been drinking lately, and it's like, damn, you really shouldn't be drinking. You just borrowed $106 from somebody, but that's mind your business. I'm just telling y'all, this is a judgment-free zone, and I am being transparent here. Okay, so lately I've just been feeling like I wanted to drink, and I've been drinking about every day. And you know how God uses any and everything to get a point across to you and to speak to you, right? So mind you, lately I've always smoked for the most part. I've only taken breaks from smoking when I've been in jail, or financially, I probably miss a day of smoking. I don't know. But if you know, you know. It's affordable, but it doesn't mean it's not an expense, which it is. So anyway, I've been, drinking, smoking and stuff, and I turned on my radio, and for some reason I stopped on the gospel channel. So on this gospel channel, the preacher basically says, if you feel like whenever you're going through something or you having a hard time, you got to pick up liquor. And I thought about it. I said, well, I don't have to pick up liquor. They said whenever you need to go, you're going through something, and whenever you need to release or whatever, you pick up weed. And I was like, damn, now that's 2 strikes. She said liquor and weed. And she was just going on about, we need to pick God up like we pick these vices up, or increase these vices. We need to increase our seeking and our knowledge and our relationship with God, because ultimately He is the one that can bring you through. I just spoke with an acquaintance, and he informed me that he just lost one of his friends, that the girl committed suicide by hanging herself. And it just made me think about how life could be worse, and that people that are going through that, we like to say they're weak, but you have to be a strong-minded somebody to commit to unaliving yourself. Straight up. Like that, as much and as down as I've been, where I felt like I wanted to cry every day for days in a row, or times, like I said, I go through moments where I don't, or days, or maybe even a week of where I don't want to do anything. I don't want to wash my ass. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do nothing. And I'm simply eating to survive, and I'm laying around distracting my mind and my time by looking at TikToks or YouTube videos, which ultimately is not the best way, because then that can put you in another rabbit hole of overthinking and feeling a certain type of way. Because if you're looking at certain content, then you start comparing, and then that makes the depression even worse, because now you're focused on beating yourself up. But yeah, so I'm going to practice it, and I'm just advising other people practice it. Just focus on doing what you want to truly do. Like I said, I wanted to try voiceovers. Why aren't I doing it? Why aren't I auditioning? Why aren't I looking into how or seeing what's up next to try to, get network within what I want to do? And honestly, I'm just grateful, man. I really am. I'm so grateful, because every year for the last 3-4 years, I've been through something, and each year after I've been through something have been an improvement. So like last year, I was staying with my homegirl, and before that, I was me and my ex were living together. And then before that, I was staying in like this apartment building that was fucking overran with mice, and this is why I got my Mixie cat. And then before that, I was living hotel to hotel. Before that, I was staying with a person that I thought was my friend. Definitely was not my friend. And then before that, I think I was doing hotel living again. So these are years apart, and I can say I put my mind to changing, and my life has ultimately been changing. And that it goes back into the patience. Yes, I don't have patience. Yes, I'm tired of feeling like this is it, or this is taking forever. But it's, what have I done to move the process along? And to be honest, it hasn't been much. I haven't done much of shit. I've just been like, I feel like I'm working, and I'm working enough to stay afloat, and that's it. And that's not enough for me. And I'm sure that's not enough for what God has for me. So I am committing myself to changing over a new leaf. And so far, so good. Ever since I'm going to tell you, all right, this is how it happened, the change. So, remember, I told y'all all the years, this is like within 4 years of me telling y'all about my living in a motel, living with somebody, living in an uncomfortable situation, living in another weird situation, which was cool. Me and my best friend stayed together. Well, she moved out to where I was at, and it was great for that. But it's like we didn't have no jobs out there, and it was just like, imagine having low rent, but you can't even afford it because there's nothing out there, or there's jobs out there that makes it just so you can afford that rent. Like, anyway, I remember. So let me go back. So I was in the streets. I was doing any and everything. Well, not any and everything, but if you know, you know. So I was out there, and then I'm like, at some point, I don't remember when, but I basically told God, like, I'm sick of this shit. I'm so tired. I'm tired of the way I'm living. I'm tired of the outcome. I'm tired of being tired. Like, there was times where I just broke down and cried in my hotel room or my motel room, whichever one it was. I'm sure I've cried in both equally enough. But I used to just cry because it's a lot, the whole kids thing is because I have two, but that's always on my Abdullah obligata. And then you got, just the lifestyle I was living was uncomfortable. I'm trying to make friends with people that are built for tough / they don't know nothing other than pimps and money. So that was not good for my social life. And then I was living in the motels and hotels when I could afford. That was terrible financing. I was just around the wrong people and the wrong things. Now, that's not to say, now if you're selling yourself for survival, I'm never going to tell you to keep going and you got this. But what I will say is to take God with you and be safe. And hopefully one day you can see your self-worth and get out of that type of life, because ultimately it takes you wanting more for yourself so for you to get more. You know what I mean? And God is only going to give you what you ask for and what you work for. So granted, I have been in that lifestyle. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, nothing to show for. And I had a couple of cars in that lifestyle. At one point I was living. Either way it go, just know that this is coming from a person that used to do coke and used to sell their body, and not for coke. I'm just saying in general. I used to be pretty far gone, and it was always about what I wanted to do and what I forced myself to believe, which was this was all I had going on and nobody could tell me nothing and I'm making so much money, so da da da. But did I get to enjoy the money like I wanted to? Sometimes, not all the times. And I've learned, yes, it's hard living off of $20, $30, maybe even $50, if you're lucky, $100 a day. But at the same time, if you're able to do that, that's a blessing in itself. And what I will say is, even though I don't make as much money as I used to, God has not allowed me to be short in any sense of the form. Before, I wasn't seeking God and I was just living that life and it just felt so empty. And then I don't know how, but he just switched it around for me. It's to the point where I still webcam because that's just still in my life. I don't mind doing that. My justification is that no one's touching me. I'm in the safety of my own home, blah, 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 blah. And I know the cons of people saying you're still putting your body on the internet or you're still out there or whatever. I get that. But until that's removed completely, then that's just what it is for right now. And I'll keep you guys updated. But, yeah, I just, and it's not to beat down on anybody in that lifestyle. If you're a stripper, or a prostitute, that's the real word for it. And all this sugarcoating, escorting, and a companion and sugar baby, whatever. If you are willingly giving your body or your time, and this is not a tax write-off or you can't take taxes out of it, honey, you're selling coochie. You're selling yourself. And you're never going to be able to sell yourself for what you're really worth. Just remember that. Because your mind, everything that come with you, your essence, your personality, everything is priceless. So, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. Some people feel like that's what they have to do. At one point, that's how I felt. I felt I had to do it because I was in survival mode. I wasn't thinking about people skills or anything. And I've always possessed people skills, clearly. But no, seriously. If you want something, you really got to pray for it. You don't believe in praying, then meditate, motherfucker, whatever. You need to focus and square in on it and then look around and see what are you doing that's keeping you away from getting what you want. And sometimes it's our minds are keeping us, because let me tell you, it's hard as hell for me to complete any fucking thing. Anything from dishes, a business plan, everything is difficult. And you know what I'm going to do about that? I'm going to continue to work on it and pray on it because I have identified it. But also, when I go see my doctor or a doctor, I'm going to talk about my brain chemistry, talk about what I could possibly do to be more focused and less in my head, because a lot of time that takes up time. Like, I don't know if I'm the only one, but there's been times where my whole day is literally wasted from me scrolling, or for me being in my head while I'm scrolling, or just going down rabbit holes of whatever. And it's like all of that is to distract you, and this will distract us, period. Like, everything is meant as a distraction. Everything on the internet, on your phone, is meant to waste your time. Think about it. Monopoly Go. I could say, as long as they keep feeding me goddamn dice, I'ma keep playing. And sometimes that 5 minutes turn into 30. You don't even know how. You just know you done on your second or third round of upgrading your property and changing, and you just like, damn, how did it go from 4:30 to 6:15? That easy. So, like, okay, I'm practicing what I'm preaching. So I am looking for, this is what I see for this time next year, or at least next year. I can give you a different report. I pray that I am out of this apartment complex, that I will be into a different living situation. And I'm grateful for being here. I'm grateful for having my own. However, I just would like to move. I don't want to stay here, period. So what do I have to do? Start looking up ways to get out. Looking up homes that go off of my income, or whatever I got to do. Because I'm not going to just get a crib just by saying that's what I want to do. So what else? I'm going to write down the steps to go to get certified to be a pharmacy technician or pharmaceutical assistant, whatever. Because, again, you meet people for a reason. And me and this girl never talked again, but she told me she made $28 an hour being a pharmaceutical technician. So guess what I'm about to do? Because I thought about it. I don't really want to be in the health field as far as in like a nurse. I mean, I don't want to do the nursing. I don't want to do the CNA. I'm not interested in being a doctor or LPN. But I love learning, and I love finding out things when it comes to, well, that's the same as learning, but research and whatever. I just know that sounds like, or even an ultrasound technician, or, I just need to make more money. Let's be real. I need to do something that I'm going to enjoy doing or can see myself doing for a long time until my business endeavors can get off the ground and I no longer have to punch a clock for the man, so to speak, if that makes any sense. And I want y'all also to know that if you got faith and you can dream it, you can do it. I'm telling you, because if you would have asked a white person in 1920 if we would ever have a black president, forget what everybody feel about these people. A black president or a black woman running for president, they're going to tell you, yeah, right, you freaking coon, you wish. But we live in a time where things are more accessible to us. So let's use it. And never think you're too small to be great. Remember that. Despite what people may have said to you in the past, despite what you feel like you've been through, despite of feeling unworthy, just know that God died, or Jesus died for our sins. And he died so we could be worthy. So remember that the next time you feel down or feel insignificant about anything, because I know I'm my biggest critic, and I have a tendency of being remorseful about my decisions, and these decisions are already made, honey. So it is what it is. I got to work with what I got, and work with what I got to get what I want, and not work with what, wait a minute. I'm not trying to quote the Players Club, but you get what I'm trying to say, and I don't know. I just feel, I don't know. There's so many people I wish I could help and wish I could touch, because, like I said, my acquaintance, someone, his friend, just killed her, unalived herself. And she was going through a lot mentally. And no matter how much they tried to be there for her, they put her in, the, evaluation place, and shit still went left. So you just never know. I think this is it for me. If I had any other words, it would be kind, love yourself, and love yourself, and want the best for yourself, and see the best for yourself, and know that you deserve the best. And you don't have to beat or break anybody down, including yourself, to get the best. And if it hurts you, it's not for you, honey. Friendships, relationships, whatever ships, like, you don't have to deal with shady boots if you don't want to, because a real friend is going to respect you. And same in a relationship. You feel like your niggas against you or your females against you, you shouldn't feel that way about somebody that is supposed to love you and care about you. So, to whoever that may serve, listen, girlfriend or boyfriend, you deserve happiness, and you deserve to be around people that bring that. But remember, ultimately, you're in control of your own happiness. No one else can do it for you. They can only aid you in being so. So don't get with somebody expecting them to make you happy. A lot of times people, and I'm pretty sure my ex-boyfriend could say the same. You think you want something, but you don't know until you actually get it. And so I'm sure he probably thought I was going to help him, make him happy, but he had other things going on for him, in his head, to him, whatever. So, ultimately my presence was only enough for a while. It wasn't, it's like eating a bowl of ice cream. Yeah, that might have tasted good, and if it was hot outside, it hit the spot for sure. But if you're like me, you can't fucking fuck with ice cream. As long as I've been eating it, and as long as I've liked it and felt the way about it, and now here I am, I can't even touch the shit. So, I don't know. I know I went off the track, but my point was being, damn. Okay, hold on, back up. Ooh, boyfriend, okay. Oh, just because, so you have to be happy first, and then you can pursue or be pursued, and whatever you do, it should maintain your happiness and not replenish it, not deplete it. Sometimes if you want somebody that's going to be like the water cooler filler and not the water cooler sipper, the water cooler at work, people just day in and day out just get cups of water, and no one but the freaking, people fill the bitch. Only one person pouring into it, but everybody taking out of it. You don't want to be a water cooler, baby. You do not want to be a water cooler. Anyway, I love y'all. If no one's told you they love you, they know God love you best. And I can only love you with, from a distance. And before I go, just know I'm going to give us some time. So I'm going to do a giveaway. And this giveaway will be announced by, I would say, the 5th of September. Yep, sounds about right. The 5th of September, I will be announcing a giveaway, and I will give you guys the rules and let you know what exactly will be given away. And as always, be kind to yourself, and you can be considerate of other people, but you don't gotta be, what they say, you could be nice, but you don't have to be friendly, or you could be friendly, but you can be nice, but you don't have to be friendly. All right, y'all, I'm out. Y'all be good. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. I'm not going to go over social media this time because I feel like if you know, you know. If you don't, you should know. But anyway, I'm out.